When creating art, we need a material to work with, right? A painter uses oils, acrylics, watercolors, etc. That's a painter's medium. A sculptor uses stone, clay, wood, metal. And with that logic, you might wonder what a digital artist uses. Many people say a computer, and sort of, but not quite. The computer to the digital artist is actually more like what the paintbrush is to the painter or the chisel to the sculptor. It's the tool, not the material. The actual material a digital artist uses is pixels or vectors or the very light coming off your screen or the ink found in the printer. So it can be closely connected to the tool, the technology, but it's slightly more specific. In order to begin manipulating and shaping this kind of media, it's important to understand its anatomy and its limitations. The first digital medium we'll be learning to work with is called raster graphics. Raster graphics are pixel-based images. Simply put, a pixel is the smallest element in a raster image. It is a single dot of color that, when combined with a collection of other pixels, creates a unified image. The very word pixel comes from the term picture element, pixel. So why is this important? Well, oftentimes what appears in Photoshop to be a crystal clear, high quality image can actually look terrible once we print it out. And that's because of a thing called resolution. Resolution is how many pixels are in a given image, how an image is resolved. Sometimes we say a photo looks blurry or pixelated. We're responding to the small number of pixels or low resolution. The higher the resolution, the clearer it becomes. Take a look at this. Here we have a pixel, a single dot of color. Here we have a number of pixels, 10 to be exact. The size of a pixel can change, and so can the number of pixels. 10 pixels per inch is very different from 100 pixels per inch. Let's look at it this way. If I strategically change the color of some of these pixels inside my image, I can see what a circle looks like at 100 dpi. That's dots per inch, sometimes referred to as ppi, pixels per inch. If I increase my resolution to 300 dpi, you'll notice the circle becomes more defined. That's because the pixels need to become smaller in order to fit 3 times more of them in an inch. The more parts, the more detail and color, and results in a higher quality photo, which in essence is just really a very intricate mosaic. So how do we know what resolution to use? Well, there are industry standards for different applications. For print, the most common resolution is 300 dpi. It's a known fact that if you are going to print something that is viewed from a normal reading distance, 300 dpi is the way to go. Anything above that, your eye doesn't really notice, and anything below that, well, the image just falls apart. It decreases in quality. But what if it's not print? What if it's strictly being used on the screen? Well, industry standards say that 72 dpi is the appropriate resolution for screen viewing, particularly internet viewing, because it's a smaller file size and loads faster. If you were to look up puppies right now in Google Images and grab the cutest puppy image you find and open it up in Photoshop, 9 times out of 10, the resolution will say 72 dpi. This resolution isn't as crucial these days now that screens and computers have advanced significantly. Oftentimes images are automatically converted to 72 dpi the second you upload them, whether you like it or not. Now, when talking about print and screen viewing, we are talking about 2 different substances. One is ink in your printer, and the other is light coming out of your screen. And these 2 substances mix color very differently. The CMYK mode, also known as the subtractive process, is used for printing. CMYK stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. When these colors are mixed in various amounts, they create many other colors. It's called the subtractive process because the more color you add, the more light is subtracted from the image. All the colors combined make black. The RGB mode, also known as the additive process, is used for screen viewing. RGB stands for red, green, blue. It's called the additive process because the more color you add, the more light is added. All the colors combined make white. These are all things you'll need to know before building a project in Photoshop. So what I'd like you to do is answer the following questions below to make sure you understand the terms and concepts discussed in this video. If you get one wrong, no problem. Just try again. And the more you familiarize yourself with these techniques, the sooner they'll come naturally to you. So good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.